Hi, Vladimir. Thank you very much for taking part in the Business Spotlight series. I know you're far away today in a different place. I can let you say that in a minute if you want to. But first of all, introduce yourself, please, and what you do.
Thank you, Ed, for the warm intro. Very happy to be here. I'm an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, 4 startups under my belt, all failed. This is the fifth one. We're building Zen Hire, which is the world's first artificial intelligence recruiter that hires people, interviews people just like a human does, focused on the customer support and call center niche, which is why I'm a little bit sunburned because I'm currently in the Philippines in the process of client hunting.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm sure it's a bit warmer there than it is over here. And how long ago did you start the business?
So we've started the business formally 2 years ago, although we've kind of experimented with several different solutions in the first year. And I could say from the beginning of last year, we're actually building the solution that we're currently building, which is the AI interviewer with all of its features and components that it currently has. It's built in a way that it should perform the interview in real time with the person, just like a human does, analyzing facial expression, tone of voice, and the logic behind the words of the person being interviewed in order to assess some basic fluency, some basic skills such as confidence, friendliness, and so on, and some basic metrics.
Fantastic. It was breaking up slightly then, but my understanding was just saying it's the AI that can basically do a number of the basic interview skills in terms of listening to the answers, asking the questions as a normal person would, and assessing the answers that it gets back as well. Is that right?
Correct. That's the ultimate vision of the product to for it to look like a human, talk like a human, and judge like a human. However, we're not there yet. What we have currently is a video recording interface that happens to collect the video through a website app, and then that video ends up in our database, and we do the judgment part only as for now. However, with the recent advancements with ChatGPT and other, chatbot-like large language models, plus our ability to integrate, non-verbal and paraverbal communication signals into large language models will allow us to create a deep fake video character, so a synthetic character with the face of the HR that will actually be able to interact with the interviewee as well.
Brilliant. That's really interesting. And obviously, that you mentioned you're in the Philippines and looking for clients, working with clients. Who are your typical customers at the moment?
So typical customers would be mass hiring call centers that have 5,000 employees or more. They have really big pain points when it comes to firing, since the employee churn in the industry is huge and they need to process hundreds of thousands of applicants per year. That's where an automation tool like ours helps the most.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And in terms of the global climate and different things that have gone on, was there any impact of COVID on the business?
I think COVID significantly helped our business because COVID pushed 85% of interviews towards online. So instead of having in-person interviews, COVID allowed for digital interviews to really become the number one go-to method for hiring, which furthermore enabled us to deploy our AI solution to the hiring processes. Plus, it also helped with the globalization of the workforce and remote hiring. Now we have companies that are either hybrid or remote first. This is where this is a type of hiring that actually helps us in the long term. So I would say a very positive impact from COVID.
That's good. That's great. It's always good to hear positive stories from it. And so, and what would you say the aspirations are for your company in the next 5 years?
The aspirations for the next 5 years are to, many startups have an idea that they want to become a unicorn. I think unicorns are fickle and weak creatures, and many unicorns like Uber never reach profitability. So we would like to create a dragon to have a nimble, agile, and resilient startup that is able to finance itself without too much external investments. So I hope we're going to be able to have more than 100 clients here in Southeast Asia, with an average revenue of $500,000 to $1 million per client, and really have just a healthy, scalable business where people are happy and we bring a lot of positive change in the world.
Excellent, I like it. Nice, kind of exciting vision there, and quite a good, clear one too, which is great. And then I suppose on the other side of that, what would you see as the challenges for the business moving forward?
So the challenges there are many challenges. One challenge is when creating AI technology, we have to be really conscious of the way AI works, which is it creates bias based on the data that it has in its own training set. So hiring is a very sensitive area where a wrong decision can impact the whole trajectory of someone's lives. So we have to be very responsible, very conscious on how we train AI, how we deploy AI, how we handle the edge cases. You know, there are many stories where, for example, Amazon built an AI model and then it ended up discriminating against women or discriminating against the minorities. So I would say the biggest challenge is building a bias-free, quote-unquote, healthy type of AI, which is also ethical. That would be one challenge. Second would be, since we are working with the Asian market and we have our tech team in Europe, time zones, and navigating the coordination between, you know, customer support teams, sales teams, and tech teams is a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And in terms of, you know, obviously you mentioned that you've had a number of different businesses, so I'm sure you've got some good learning from that. What would you say has been the biggest learning as a business owner?
The biggest learning is that it's very tricky to be a leader. I think leadership is a very demanding role, and if you are in a leadership position, you have to grow 3 times faster than you would normally in a position that's not a leadership position. And it's really, I think, building a startup and being an entrepreneur is a little bit of wearing many different hats at once. So for me, the biggest personal learning was that I'm never going to be amazing at the one specific thing, but where my strength is being good enough at so many things so that I can catalyze connections between different departments and actually synergize people and lead people. But then I would have to become very good at leadership, which I wasn't, and I'm still not, but it's a work in progress. So entrepreneurship is tough, but it's definitely rewarding. That's my learning so far.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah, I liked it. Was a thoughtful response to come to it as well, which is great. And so, what is it that inspires?
You caught me off guard there. I wasn't thinking about this question.
That's all right. What's your source of inspiration?
Well, my source of inspiration, I don't know if this can be recorded. Can I switch my camera?
Yeah.
This is my source of inspiration currently. Today, the Philippines are a beautiful country, a really amazing place to work, so many nice people. But in general, the biggest inspiration is my team. We have an incredible team, great energy, people that really care for each other. I think that's the most important when you're in such a difficult journey, such as entrepreneurship, to know that you have a small team, but they're like Spartans. Everyone holds their shield not only for themselves, but also for the ones next to them. That would be the one of the main drivers, and also the mission and the vision and the ability to actually help more people get hired in a better way for the companies where they're actually going to be happy working, not only for their wallets, but also for their souls, is something that makes me go out of bed.
Brilliant, thank you. And yeah, I like the beat shot there. I think that's the first one we've had. I'm all for that. So as a final thing, is there any news or any offer you'd like to extend to the audience?
Definitely. We are currently in the process of raising our first round. We've been fully bootstrapped in the last year and a half. So if this seems as an interesting business opportunity, we definitely believe it is. I think If you're interested, we can definitely hop on a call. That could be one. If you have any connections with call centers, BPOs, I would be happy to talk to you. Looking forward to discuss any type of revenue share it, profit share it, or partnership model. If you simply care about the future of work and remote hiring and hiring in general, or about the planet, or you do yoga or meditation, feel free to hit me up, and I'd like to talk.
Fantastic. Look, thank you very much for taking part, Vladimir. It's been great to meet you, and great to see somebody taking advantage of the remote world and doing some different things.